us today, we got Joe, Trigger Joe Britson.
All right, let's go.
To try to get a matchup with a gun. Oh, goes the roof. Francis is gunner.
Well, this is just a test. When I start throwing it around, I can leave one hell of a mess. Let's dance.
Multiple occasions. Wow, it looks like they're going to swing to the very end.
And he wasn't kidding. Wow. It's very rare. What a finish.
Another one.
It really poses the question, what do you want to do? Do you want to take a chance and risk getting knocked out? Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Trying to take care of business, trying to get the
Oh.
It's a knockout. Oh, my It's a knockout.
And it's closing in. Trying to finish it. And it's over.
Because I'm going to take this foot and I'm going to whop you on that side of your face. There's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
Buck is brought to you by Modelo.
I killed it. Punch me right in the face, man.
And we have a new nickname. Okay, we have William Send It 7 Pearson. All right, other than that, we used to call him Willie Pete. We used to call him the Mad Russian.
For his opponent to be quicker on the catch.
Now you're gonna get it, Bobby.
I think you've had enough. No? Now you've had enough. Bitch. Wow. How good is this? Finish him!
Another one.
Everybody gets triggered. It's just if you become a pansy or not. That's in the Book of Brawl.
I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
You called down the thunder, well now you got it.
Gotta be very careful. What's up, sports fans? Are you looking for a job? Do you want to change in careers? Do you want to own your own business? I got the answer for you. This show is brought to you by FleetTex. FleetTex is partnering with veterans with mechanical or electronic experience. FleetTex specializes in on-site deployment of GPS tracking equipment and cameras for fleet vehicles across our nation. Check out what they do at www.fleettex.com. Apply today. Currently targeting veterans living in Michigan, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Tennessee. Local work and travel opportunities may be available in other areas. FleetTex proudly supports our military, its service members, our veterans, and their families. Enjoy the show.
This is the Veteran Trash Talk Sports Betting Show with your hosts, Trigger Joe, Send It 7 Pearson, and the Big Earl. UFC, NFL, if it's on, we're betting on it.
Trash Talkers, Gruntworks Nation, what's happening? All right, we are here, and I had to take a vacation from last week, so I'm in San Diego because we got murdered on the fight card last week. I mean, I'm pretty sure we lost every single bet that we possibly could have laid down, maybe like one. I think we bet like what ring girl would walk around in the second fight. I think that's the only one we won. All right. But anyways, it was a prop bet, paid $1,600, so it was good. Anyway, all right. Big shout out to our sponsor, Fleet Techs. Okay, they're doing a lot of amazing work for us, helping out veterans. You saw the sponsor. If you have any electrical or mechanical backgrounds or willing to learn that stuff, go to fleettechs.com. All right, it's rolling across the screen. Go there, apply. If you want to make, $80,000 to $130,000 a year, depending on how hard you want to work. All right, go get a job. All right, go do it. Yeah, he wants to hire veterans. That's what he's doing. All right. Other than that, we have a great fight card lined up. This is a big Earl fight. For those of you who don't understand this, when I was doing my research, all of the 5 minutes today with my Bloody Mary I had in my hand, there was some serious old age in this fight card, and I'm pumped about it. But anyways, with us always is the champ, Bill Send It 7 Pearson, who, however, he lost the point last week. So now the infantry are back in striking range. All right, we are back.
Are you though?
Yeah, we are. If you can pull out a couple, maybe. All right, but I don't know. I think that the artillery should lose about 18 points based on that post on VTT Official. All right, I want all of you to go to VTT Official right now. Check out the post where he says, I was at Fort Sill and there were Marines there. So you know, Fort Sill is the home of the artillery, right? So, he goes there and says, we saw Marines PT and they were getting after it. So we went as far away from them as possible. Okay. That would not happen at Fort Bragg. Okay. That would not happen at Fort Benning. All right. The infantry guys would go right next to them.
In my defense, I grew up at Bragg. So,
well, yeah, that's where you learn to deal with people like us. Okay. But otherwise you'd be at Fort Sill.
The infantrymen would go over there and the stench of booze from us would immediately bewilder them.
Yes.
Because we'd all still half be drunk.
Yeah. Right. So anyway, just go if you think I'm lying, just go to VTT Official, check it out. Right. I tried to tag Bill in it. It wouldn't work. Facebook knew what was about to happen. They knew that there was about
Fishers would not allow such a heresy to happen.
Okay. But anyways, hey, welcome to our fight show. If it's your first time watching or your second or third time, you don't really get it yet. All right, Bill and Joe are extremely good at picking UFC fights. I am not. Okay, so do not listen to me. All right, maybe you should have listened to me last week. Probably would have made a lot of money. But anyways, but that's because all stupid stuff happened. Okay, stick around to the end. They're going to give you their locks, their parlays, and their DraftKings sleeper. Those of you that do DraftKings or you haven't, and you're thinking about doing it, they're going to give you a fighter that it's relatively cheap. That's going to score some points. So just keep that in mind as we're going through it. All right. Let's get down into it. Hopefully we can rebound after last week because I didn't sell my other kidney. I only got about 2 more days to live. All right, before my body stops.
Yeah, thanks, Andre Fiallo.
Yeah.
I went 5 for 6, but you ruined everything for me.
Everything. Okay, Fiallo, I got you.
Ruined my life.
If Drew Dover's watching, hey man, anytime you want to come out, let it happen. Let's go. All right, so let's jump right into it. Middleweight fight, and you got Julian Marquez at 9-2. And he's fighting Gregory Rodriguez at 11-4. Now, like I said, this is don't listen to the Big Earl. Yeah, don't listen to the Big Earl. But the old man's going to win this fight. Okay, and I'm going to go with Julian because his name was Julian, however you want to church it up. All right, he was named after a girl. All right, and he has a beard, so he's probably going to win because he's just like that Penn State, the University of Pennsylvania swimmer. It's not a chick. All right, Julian is a guy. Okay, and Julian's going to beat the shit out of you. So I got Julian first round with the University of Pennsylvania dick smash. All right, Bill, the champ, what say you?
I hate this fight. Joe and I have been talking about
Me too.
this.
Pretty easy. It's pretty clear to me.
God, we hate this fight. So
That's pretty
Gregory
sober as a
Rodriguez,
bird.
RoboCop came off of Dana Wickinson.
RoboCop, or if you can see a picture of him, the jacked Barack Obama. Go ahead. Sorry.
So he actually lost his contender series fight in the first round by getting KO'd. So Dana White left him. He went and fought Brazil for a while. He came back and won 2 fight nights. One was against Todorovic, which is actually a solid win. And then he lost a split decision to Petrosyan in a fight night. And he's the bigger guy, honestly. And he's and Marquez, I just haven't been sold on him yet. God, I hate this fight. I've gone back and forth. Rodriguez is the favorite, -170 last time I checked by DraftKings Sleeper. I think RoboCop Bledsoe has a 3-inch reach advantage on him, and he's more of a striker.
Yes, he does.
Which is weird for a Brazilian.
He's actually got a full strike per minute more than Marquez at 5.28, which is a lot for a middleweight.
It is. I've been leaning towards RoboCop all day, but then I'm going to go with Marquez on this one. Screw it.
Did the Marine scare you?
Okay. No Marine has ever scared me ever.
I mean, your brethren from the artillery world says they're terrifying. So I just got to assume that that's you too.
Shut the fuck up. The problem is both these. Here's what I'm also going to say. I'm going to give my pick for the show, but I'm also going to tell you for the bettors, stay away from this one. I'm not going to put this in any parlays.
Yeah.
I'm not going to advise you to put any money on this fight. I'm going to go with. I was leaning towards Rodriguez TKO for most of the day. I've been going back and forth, like I said. But honestly, Marquez is shown to have a little bit of a chin to him. And he's got a win over Phil Halls, which I like, with a head kick. I'm going to go with Marquez. Let's go with. If Marquez is going to do it, he's got to do it early. I'm going to go with Marquez in a first rounder. If it goes to decision, it's going to be a split for sure. So I'm going to go with Marquez TKO late first round.
All right, you can't see her, but Monica, say hi. Okay, yeah. So Monica's on the show now. You see her down there.
Hey.
She's walking. All right. So
hey, Mo.
Yeah, we're in San Diego with a lot of the VTT crew. A lot of them paid their own way to get out here. It was awesome.
And Monica is probably genuinely one of the best humans on earth.
Well, yeah, because she's
Without a
sober.
Good as they get.
And she put up with our drunk asses for a solid weekend.
I don't even want to talk about what she put up from me that weekend. Let's just say we love her and she's our sister. But yeah, she put up with some shit from me at the El Paso venture.
Absolutely, we all did. But anyway, so who you got in the fight?
Bro, Bill called it exactly the way that I've been seeing it all week. And here's the thing, Rodriguez, I've been talked into him before. You want to know what happened? He fucked my whole parlay by losing to Petrosian. Now, Petrosian, I did hate him until he made me look like a genius by beating Maximoff when he was plus 300 money. But anyways,
it was a great night.
Rodriguez, I'm not sold on him. They call him RoboCop, and I think that's because not only because of the way he looks, but dude, he fights stiff. And everyone says he's got this crisp striking, and that's great, cool, whatever. Marquez has a fucking beard on him that's made of concrete. And if he knocks out Marquez, I'll be blown away. All right. I've seen some heart on that dude, and he's a submachine. So I think Rodriguez is thinking I'm going to stand and bang with him. And Marquez loves to fucking brawl.
He does.
I will say this one. If you're going to play this in a parlay, play it to go under the distance, because I think Marquez and Rodriguez may get into some early fireworks. And if that's the case, Marquez has proven me right before. I bet on him when he was a dog and he's won, and I'm loyal to those guys. Rodriguez fucked me on the last one, and I'm not sold on him. I'm just not. So I'm picking Marquez, and I think he finishes him in the first, but I say it's after he smokes him, goes to the ground, and I'll say Marquez by sub in the first after he drops him.
All right, there you have it, fight fans. They're both going Marquez, but as Bill said, stay away from this one if you're betting, unless you just want.
I've got a better underdog that I will be betting on several parlays than Marquez. But
all right, the next fight is a lightweight fight, and we got Damir Ismagulov. All right, at 23-1, and he is going against Gurman Kutladzia, whatever the hell that guy's name is. At 12.
Guram
Kutladzia, Kutladze. Okay, yeah. Don't church that shit up, Guram. All right. Hey, Guram, you're going down, buddy. All right. The big girl's calling it. He's calling Damir because if you actually look at the lineage of the name Ismagulov, it comes from Siberia. All right. And so it's going to be a Siberian throat choke in the second round. All right. Joe, don't question my research. It's spot on. What say you?
Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, man. I can't get talked into it now. I've been rolling this way all day. I'm taking the dog here, and I'm saying Kutladze. He's been away for a while. His first fight, he beat Matthias Gamrot, which is a beautifully aged victory, even though it was a very close fight. But Matthias Gamrot's an animal. And this Ismagulov is more of a just rustle you to death, constant pressure type of guy. He doesn't have a ton of finishes for 23 wins. He's only got 12 knockouts and 23 wins. That means he decisions a lot. He doesn't have a finish in the UFC. He's got 4 decisions, and neither does Kutladze, but he's only got 1 fight. I just think he's more explosive, and I don't think he's going to let Ismagulov bully him around like that. I think he's going to make it stay on the feet, and I think that's where he's got his advantage. So I'm going to go with Kutladze winning this one by a very razor close decision. In a really good fight.
Obviously, Joe doesn't know what he's talking about. So, Bill, what say you?
So this
Siberia, Joe. Siberia.
This is an interesting one. Ismagulov is from Russia, or Gulov or something like that.
It's a great matchup.
Not true.
Yeah, it is a great matchup. Only because Kutladze or whatever, who's got a weird Greek name.
Georgian. He's Georgian. I love the Georgians.
Opa.
So he's got a lot of finishes in the first round. None of them in the UFC. Or no, he's got 1 in the UFC, right? No,
none in the UFC yet.
He's just got a split decision UFC. Ismagulov hasn't lost since 2015. And Joe's right. He does fight a very boring style where he's just going to do the lay and pray. God, this is another fight I hate to bet on. I'm going to go with Ismagulov in a very boring decision. It's one of those things that it's going to be where either Kutladze, I'm just going to say this, I'm going to pronounce his name. He's either going to win early, I think, Joe, with a KO, or Ismagulov is just going to lay on him, and we're going to go grill some burgers, drink some beer, and come back and wait for the decision. And pray Sal D'Amato is not one of the judges. I think it's
been a while since you had to start the grill fight. This is a start the grill fight.
I think it is, to be honest with you. If it goes past 1.5 minutes in the first round, it's going to be a start the grill fight. I think Ismagulov is just going to win by decision, but I think it's going to be a very boring win where he just lay and prays on top of Kutladze because he doesn't want to strike with him because he will get slept. And I think he knows that. I think Ismagulov by extremely boring decision.
All right, there you have it, fight fans. Second fight in the books. If it's your first time tuning in, hey, stick around, guys. This is really good advice, and it's going to make you some money. It's made us a lot of money over the last couple of years. Real simple. Again, the disclaimer, I didn't say it to start the show, but if you don't have the money to gamble, don't do it. All right, just like alcohol, we promote alcohol on the show because we're sponsored by 10th Mountain Bourbon. If you can't drink, don't drink. All right, just be responsible for yourself. And that way we can all help you out. All right. Third fight, middleweight fight. And you got Joaquin Buckley coming in at 14-4 versus Albert Duraev. Duraev? Did I say that right? Duraev at 15-3. Now, I struggle with this doing my research, but there's something kept hitting me on the inside. Have you seen the movie The Book of Life? All right. This guy, his name is what? Joaquin. All right, Joaquin doesn't lose in the Book of Life. Joaquin has the medal that protects him. So I'm going to go Joaquin by decision because Albert's not going to be able to touch him. Bill, what say you?
I'm actually going with Duraev on this one, only because now if this was 3 years ago, I would pick Buckley.
Suspect.
I think Buckley's chin's just not there anymore. I think it was. I don't think it's there anymore. I think he's been slept twice in 5 fights, Joe.
He lost his medal.
Yeah, he got head kicked by Shariko, and then Kevin Holland knocked him out in the 3rd round in 2020. And he's been slept by Jackie Gosh in Bellator. I just don't think Buckley's chin's there anymore. I think he's very dangerous. I don't think.
Right, Iceman.
Yeah, you're dangerous. By the way, Maverick, phenomenal movie.
Oh, great movie.
I think Dorayev's an up-and-comer. He's only got 2 fights in the UFC, and that's counting 1 fight with Contender Series. I got Dorayev by TKO. Actually, I'm going to go with Dorayev by sub 2nd round against Buckley. I think Buckley's going to be I think Buckley's even worried about his chin a little bit. And I think he's going to get a submission probably by a rear naked choke by Dorayev. So I got Dorayev. We'll go sub 2nd round.
Very nice, very nice. Joe, what say you?
You know, if I wouldn't have watched Dorayev's last fight, and I did, I watched the entire thing against Kopylov, which he was heavily favored. He was like a fucking -400 favorite. I bet him to finish. It was a sleeper. He won. But I was looking at his competition. What he's not gonna see in this is a guy that he can bully around and put on his back very easily because of how much of a physical freak Joaquin Buckley is. His strength and his stuff in the gym. Anytime I've ever heard anybody like in the fighter interviews or people talking about like just gym talk, they say his strength is legendary. He's super explosive. Dorayev has been knocked out 3 times too as well now. And I know, one of them was by Imaev. So if Imaev can do it, I think Buckley has a chance of doing it. Now, Buckley's 4-1 in his last 5, all in the UFC, and he's got 3 KOs. Now, he did get KO'd in that one, but he's got he's 4-1 in his last 5 with 3 knockouts. So I think Buckley.
But the thing you remember, he got knocked out by Imaev in 2012.
Right. No,
that's
I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, I remember that. No.
Right. I'm just saying it's possible. Like, I looked it up. I know it was a while ago. And I think Dorayev's last loss was 6 years ago, also. So, he's definitely on a bit of a tear. But
2014.
I think Buckley's 8 years ago. Buckley's explosiveness, and I think he gets it done, man, and he catches Dorayev and wins by knockout. I'm gonna go ahead and say second
we
round.
got a point. We got a point on this one. So we're going Buckley.
Well, we got a point on the last one if that's the case because we disagreed on the last 2.
I thought you both didn't like that one.
Oh hell no.
Oh no, we don't want to do that one for.
All right, so I'll let you. Which one do you want to point on? Bill? You're the champ.
We can do a point on. We'll do a point on Buckley Dorayev.
Oh, he's pretty confident in that one. He's yeah, we'll do it right away. We'll do it on that one. All right, so
the thing is though is
if that's the case though, here's the thing. If that's the case, we got to give a point back to Joe because there's no way he would have took a point on that last fight card where he sent in his picks.
Yeah,
so I don't remember which fight that was, but
yeah, it was Almeida. Almeida. I had him by KO in my first text, erased it, and sent Nick back Triziano, and Almeida won by knockout. And so I told Bill, I don't know if we were doing a point on that. I guess if that's the rules, that's the rules. But I wouldn't have never.
Oh, so we're down to 2 then.
What it is we agreed to let. What happened was it was like 8 fight cards ago. We agreed that
anytime we agreed it's a point, or
we agreed that Nick just decides when there's a point. Remember?
Right. Yeah.
So you decide on these fights.
Okay. All right. So all right, we'll take that to the tribunal. We'll figure out what we'll decide that one.
What do the elders say?
We'll go to those like women that they give drugs to. Tell us.
I will say this though, doing this show, you watch a lot of different pickers. We've had some on spank their ass, send them back home. But hearing Bill fucking give his breakdown for Dorayev, I'm like sitting there going, "Don't listen to it, man. Don't listen." Well, he's got a good point there.
I've done that a few times with you, Joe.
Only fucking Bill can do that to me, man. I swear to God, I'm like, don't listen to him. Stick with your
All
gut.
right, so we got 3 fights in the books, guys, and let's take another little sponsorship break. Again, FleetTex, FLEET-TECHS.com. Go to FleetTex.com and go get a job. Okay, Ryan wants to hire veterans, right?
He is hiring veterans.
He is hiring veterans. He's hired what, 4 now? 4 since we started.
He's hired Trigger Joe and the Celtic Warrior.
Yeah, exactly.
Both officially.
So,
he's got 2 other in the interviewing process right now.
and then again, those of you who are watching for the first time or anybody who doesn't understand what Veteran Trash Talk is all about, is we are here to build up the veteran community as much as we can to provide answers to any problem. Obviously, we want to focus on suicide, but it's any problem. All right, you need a job. All right, post something on our platform. All right, go to VTT Official and say, I'm in this area and I need a job. Okay, we are going to do our best to get you a job. All right, say you're having a rough day. Okay, all right, you might get a little tough love. You might get a little huggy love. It doesn't matter. Somebody's going to talk to you. All right, so go to VTT Official, get on the group, and then just chat. All right, just have a good time. Have fun. All right, don't break the rules. All right, the rules are there for a reason. We are a nation of laws. Okay, we just can't. Well, actually, we belong. Facebook owns us. Okay, Facebook. Until all of you get off Facebook, we have to be on Facebook. All right, so that's just the way it is. We want to reach as many veterans as we can, and we got to follow the rules. All right, let's get on to it. Chris is like, what is he talking about? I need to press the button. All right, Chris, press the button to the next fight. We have a welterweight fight, and I recognize some of these names. You got Tim Means, 32-12. Kevin Holland at 22-7. Now this
Nick,
is
they call Tim Means the Dirty Bird, so you should call him that for the rest of your analysis.
Who's the oldest fighter here?
Tim Means,
All
day.
Tim Means first round knockout. So what's to you?
I love when he does that shit. Because Tim Means is it my pick first, Bill?
It is your show.
Yeah.
I got it right. Don't argue with me.
You know why they call Tim Means the Dirty Bird? Because he ain't real pretty to look at, and neither is his fighting. He makes it ugly, man. He likes to get in the clinch. He's that guy that'll open up a 6-inch gash over your eyebrow with the inside of this bone by going in the clinch. Like, he's dirty. He would have made a great boxer in the 1920s.
You mean filthy, or is he a dirty fighter?
No, he's not a dirty fighter. He follows the rules, but he likes to make a fight nasty. Yeah.
Okay.
And I do believe that this is a perfect matchup for Kevin Holland to showcase his skills, but he better not fuck around. He better not fuck around, because Tim Means not only can make it ugly, but he can score points. And matter of fact, that's all he does, is score points unless you start punching him in the face. Because if you don't, he's going to get off. He's a veteran. He knows exactly what he's doing. Nick, don't say anything. I think Kevin Holland knows this is his resurgence at 170. And, if he loses this one, Kevin Holland is nothing more than a parlor trick.
You're lucky I was checking the chat there on that. I caught it right at the end, and I was able to control myself. But if I was into paying attention, it would have been a big problem.
Listen, Nick, this guy gets off after the bell. All right. Okay.
As soon as the bell rings, he gets off.
He's gonna get his if he's in there with you on top of you.
Another man, he gets off.
He gets off.
If he's in there on top of you, he's gonna get his.
It's the most artillery. That's the second most artillery thing I heard today. All right, Bill, let's say you.
No, I didn't
did you not pick it? What happened? I'm sorry.
I don't think Kevin Holland finishes Tim Means by sub. I don't think they go to the ground too much unless Means takes it there. I'm going to go ahead and say Kevin Holland kind of showcases that sniper ability and gets serious. And they get into a really nasty, ugly fight. And I'm saying this is going to be fight of the night. And I got Kevin Holland winning by 3rd round TKO.
Very nice. Holland, 3rd round TKO. Bill, what say you?
Close to the same as Joe. I agree. Kevin Holland worried me for a while there. But I think that loss to Derek Brunson and then to Marvin Vettori kind of woke him up that he needed to stop fucking around and take this seriously. I think his coaches got to him too. And then he strung, 2 more wins after that. Kyle Dawkins was kind of a fluke. I still like Holland. I really think those 2 losses were the best thing that ever happened to him. Because he was getting too cocky and he started fucking around too much in the fights, and he took a couple L's.
And bumping down to welter had to happen. He's too small in the middle.
And Joe's right. Tim Means is a grimy dude who loves to squeak out split decisions. But Tim Means' biggest flaw is he gives up his neck too easy. And here's where Joe and I are going to differ. I have Kevin Holland winning. So when you're making your bets, Kevin Holland's in a lot of my parlays money line. I got Kevin Holland, and I think it's going to be by a guillotine, Joe. If you look at Tim Means' losses, I think he's got 2 or 3 by guillotine and 1 by rear naked choke. He just
think rock panic shoot neck?
Yeah, I think that's what I think. Kevin Holland's going to hit him with one of his wacky strikes. I think he's going to go for a shoot, and Kevin Holland is the taller guy. He's lankier, I should say.
Yeah.
I think Kevin Holland's going to get him in a guillotine. So I got Kevin Holland guillotine, also 3rd round. I think it's going to be a grimy fight, possibly fight of the night, like Joe said. That I got Kevin Holland by a guillotine choke in the 3rd round.
All right, now the fight that I was excited about when I saw this card. You got a lightweight fight in Donald Cerrone at 36-16 versus I don't even know how I wrote that. Joe Luzon, is that what it is?
Lozon.
All right, at 22-16. These guys are dinosaurs. All right, this is the perfect big Earl fight. All right, I'm gonna call this fight to be a decision. All right, but I'm gonna do a coin flip on who's going to win because they're both going to die in the ring from cardiac arrest.
No way this goes to the decision.
They're like 165 years old. All right. I have a feeling they're going to be flopping out on the mat like a bunch of fish because, I mean, they're dinosaurs. So, all right. So Bill says no way it's going to a decision, but I cannot pick because both these guys are almost 40. They are the soul of my fight picks. I can't pick either one of them. Bill, what say you?
I love both these guys. They are just absolute brawlers. Cerrone is one of my favorite fighters of all time. I think he's one of everyone's favorite fighter as well. He's got I think he might still have the most finishes, Joe.
He does because no one's broke that since he did it.
Here's the thing: I don't think this fight leaves the 1st round. I think it could go either way. I'm going with my heart of hearts. I think we're gonna watch Cerrone put his gloves in the center of the ring after this fight, win or lose.
I hope so.
He said it a few times. He's got one in him, and he wanted it to be Lozon because they're both brawlers. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the first time we see both fighters put their gloves at the center of the ring after this fight. They've both been doing this for a long time. I mean, they're both longtime veterans of this sport, longtime favorites of this sport. I'm going to go Cerrone, 1st round TKO. If you're going money line, I would kind of stay away from this. Go with Cerrone. I would say this is a really safe bet to pick the under. I just don't see this fight leaving the 1st round. I think both these guys know this is their last fight. I think both these guys want to go out with a bang, win or lose. So, and again, I think both these guys go out with a bang, and both these guys put their gloves at the center of the ring. 1st round TKO Cerrone. If I'm telling you that if you're building a parlay, pick the under on this fight. Could go either way. Both their chins are done. They've been in battles for 10 years. Pick the under, but Cerrone TKO 1st round.
Hey, if it sounds like there's a helicopter flying over, that's because there is one right now. Because I'm in San Diego, which is German for whale's vagina. So it's just
Nick, I'm going to correct you on that one. I believe scholars maintain the translation was lost many years ago.
So Joe, what say you?
No need to repeat. I think that Lozon, he knows that this is Cowboy's last fight. I mean, these guys at their first weigh-in, Cerrone walked up at the weigh-in. Keep in mind, this fight's already been scheduled. I'm telling Nick, Bill, not you. I know you know, but this fight already was scheduled 2 weeks ago, and it got canceled. and they already did the weigh-in, the ceremonials, and they had him mic'd up. And Cerrone goes, he goes, come on, brother, we can't let these youngsters take all our money, and give me one more fight of the night bonus. So if they can't get fight of the night, you can always get knockout of the night, which means he told Lozon, come out throwing hammers.
And both of them are that type of fighter too. Lozon's
been knocked out or won by knockout in his last 4, which is to say he's 1-3. He only won one of them. Cerrone's been knocked out by Conor McGregor, who used to fight at 145 via one touch to the chin and a shoulder strike that broke his eye socket. So Cerrone or Lozon could go down in the first round. I'm 100% betting this fight under 1.5. Like Bill said, it's the only way I'm putting action on it, other than Cerrone, out of the goodness of my heart, because I love the dude. Money line. But I'm going to go ahead and take Donald Cerrone and say he wins the most exciting 122nd fight that he's had in a long time. First round knockout over Joe Lozon.
And the other reason why I'm picking Cerrone too is because if you look at the last 6 fights of both guys, I'll read them off right now. Lozon's last 6 fights were Pierce, Grutzesmacher,
knocked out by Chris Grutzesmacher, knocked out by Clay Guida.
Yeah, Marcin Held, he won, and then split decision with Jim Miller. Donald Cerrone's last fights were Alex Morono, Nico Price, Anthony Pettis, Conor McGregor, Justin Gaethje, and Tony Ferguson.
Bangers.
I mean, just
still got
monsters of that weight class. I think that's why I'm going with Cerrone. And again, for the fans of the show, I think both these guys put their gloves in the center ring at the end of this. Go home, they split the purse, and
you went to mute, Bill.
Oh, you went to mute right before your
real quick.
Cliffhanger.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure it was awesome.
I think they both go home with a banger, and both future Hall of Famers. They're both going to get inducted for sure. Pioneers of the sport. It's going to be a great fight to watch. Take the under if you're gambling.
I hear Joe Lozon is actually donating part of one of his ears, because they're low on parachutes at Fort Bragg.
Well, they're definitely short of testosterone out of the artillery.
His ears make Dave's look normal.
Don't be afraid of Marines there, artillerymen. So
not on Fort Bragg, just Fort Sill. That's very different. Hey, that's like me.
I'll agree with Bill. Those are 2 very different animals.
Yes, that's like me comparing infantrymen on Fort Hood.
All right, Joe, who did you say you got in this fight?
I got Donald Cerrone by first round knockout.
Nice. All right, so
let's go front kick to the face.
I like it.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna say he front kicks him because he's never done that before.
It's gonna happen.
I won't expect it.
It's gonna happen, and you could have put like $2 on it to win $1 million, and you're not going to know. All right, so here we go. We got the main event. It's a featherweight fight, which means I don't give a shit. Okay, like I don't like these guys. They're in the bar.
Featherweight banger. Right, it's a banger.
They take their shirt off. They got 17 abs like David Trenton, but nobody's scared of David Trenton because he's a soccer player and he weighs 145 pounds. All right, so you got Calvin Catter. What is that? Kidder?
Calvin
I was drunk when I wrote this down. All right, so 23-5 versus Gator. Josh Emmett. That name sounds familiar. I think we won money on him. All right, Emmett 17-2, and he's older than him, so Josh wins easily in this fight of ballerinas. All right, it's going down very, very easy for Josh. All right, what say you, Joe?
No. Okay, so Bill and I, we were really drinking the Kool-Aid on old Giga Chikadze, and we wrote, and I'm humble enough to admit when I was corrected,
and honestly, Calvin Cutter, still am.
I think right, yeah. I don't think that he was. I don't think Giga's a fluke, but I think we forgot about Calvin because of what happened against Max Holloway. We got to remember Max Holloway. He may have lost to Conor McGregor, but he's the greatest featherweight that's ever held the belt. Okay,
absolutely.
What he did to Calvin Cutter ruined Calvin Cutter's appeal. Everything. It was one fight. And Calvin Cutter was the great new hope. And he went up against Max Holloway, and everyone forgot him, and he knew it.
Great white hopeless, they called you.
Well, I didn't put white in there because I wanted to be sensitive.
Stay woke. Stay
Hey,
woke.
that's your style. That's your style, Joe.
I'm an 8th Irish, dick. No, I'm just kidding. But he
Ever
he
tell you
really
my old
proved,
man
he
was
really
English?
showed me something. He really he was also the president Gerald Ford for a while, wasn't he? Or was that your grandpa? But
my grandpa
I
in
got
West
Calvin.
Virginia.
I got Calvin winning. Man, I've gone back and forth on this one quite a bit. I think Calvin subs him, man.
Joe's internet is solar powered. As the sun has went down, so has his internet. Right.
Don't
So
see John timing it right. Get her.
Joe, we got
Oh,
Joe,
counter
Joe,
by
just
sub.
just give it a couple seconds, Joe. We're gonna let Bill go. So, Bill, what say you on this fight?
All right.
So I'm very close with Joe on this one. Same thing.
All right.
I was huge on Giga, and I still am. I'll be honest with you. I still am. But Calvin really impressed me with that fight against Giga. And not only did he win, he just beat Giga up. I was really impressed with that. Emmett's good. But the way Calvin fought Giga Chikaze really impressed me. I think he's gonna win. So I'm still taking Calvin by money line, but I think it's gonna be a decision. I think you're actually pretty safe to take the over on this one if you're betting. I don't think this will be an early finish. I think both these guys are tough enough. And I think it's going to be a great fight, possible fight in the night. But if you want to take the over, I think that's a pretty safe bet. If you take money line, I'm still leaning towards Calvin Cutter or Qatar, however you want to say it. Yeah, so I'm taking Calvin money line. The safer bet, I think, is the over, to be honest with you. I think for sure this goes to a decision. Joe's right. I think it could be sub. I think it would be late though. Like I said, Giga that Giga fight with Calvin just really impressed me with him. I think that Holloway beatdown was the best thing that happened to him. Kind of like I said earlier, sometimes you need that loss to really reset yourself and see where your holes are. And I think Calvin did that with Max Holloway. I think he realized what his holes were, and he beat the shit out of Giga. And I was not expecting that at all. So I'm gonna go with Calvin. I'm going with Calvin by decision.
All right, very nice. There you have it, fight fans. We're getting pumped up here. I'm about to go. Hopefully, Buddy Beckwith is in the house. About to go hang out with him a little bit. So, Bill, let's stay with the champ. Joe looks like he's back, so we'll get his picks here in a second.
We good?
Yeah, we're good. We got you. So,
right.
Bill, unmute yourself. Tell us who your locks are, your parlays, and your DraftKings sleeper.
So parlays, I'm gonna go. I might bounce around a little bit between the prelims and the main, and I'm sorry about that because I've been flopping back and forth. DraftKings sleeper, take Marquez is a really safe DraftKings sleeper. As much as this pains me to say this, God, I don't like saying this. On the prelims, I know the DraftKings sleeper to take his Wells over McGee. McGee keeps winning, and he's an old timer. I think he might have met his match with this Wells guy, with his new uppercomer, who's also a wrestler. I think this is where age might help Wells a little bit. So DraftKings sleeper would be Wells and Marquez. For your parlays, Joe and I were talking about this. I don't know why the hell Dawkins is the first fight in the prelims, and I will never figure it out, but take Dawkins in your parlay. I think he is a phenomenal fighter, and I think he's better than his brother.
Sounds like a lock.
Yeah. So take Dawkins. Also take Yanez. I don't know why Yanez, honestly, is a prelim. I think he should be a main card fight. So Dawkins,
is one of my locks.
Stamen versus Weiland. Stamen is kind of a garbage fighter, but I think he's better than Weiland. But he's also a heavy fan. I think it's a minus like 510 last time I checked.
575 right now.
So Dawkins, Yanez, Stamen. There's a female fighter in the prelims, Jasuda Vicious versus Silva. I've screwed her name up, but take her. She's a minus 240. Holland. And then if you want to get ballsy, take Calvin on the main event, and also on the prelims. Sorry to bounce back. Take Phil Halls over. I think it's Wynn is the guy he's fighting. Halls is the same fight. And if you want to get crazy, you're worried about the money lines. Take Calvin in the over. And same with Derea Buckley. Man, if you want to get ballsy and do an even longer parlay, throw Derea in there. But with Derea Buckley, I think that'll go to a finish. So if you're using something like FanDuel, take that fight to take a double chance on that one. Take that one not to go the distance. So let me I know I bounced around a little bit there for the bettors. DraftKings sleeper, Wells Marquez. In order on the parlay, if you want to go short, and then if you want to go longer, go Dawkins, Yanez, Stamen, Jazu Devicius, Holland, Qatar, Halls.
Beautiful. Hopefully Joe's internet works with the sun being down. So let's get to your picks. All right. Locks.
I'm gonna roll.
I'm glad you went green, Joe. Like that is a big step for you. All right, in Detroit, where it's all about gas and motors. So it's like I'm glad that you went solar. So
let me roll before my bullshit internet fucks up. All right. My locks are Adrian Yanez. I also like Kevin Holland. I think this fight is set up perfect for him. So those are going to be my only two locks because there's a lot of even money on this card. But my parlay is going to be and by the way, Jeremiah Wells over Court McGee is my DraftKings sleeper. I'm 3 from my last 3 DraftKings sleepers winning outright. All right, so pay attention to that. And I got Wells by knockout. Okay, he's an explosive athlete, and I think Court catches one here. As much as I love Court McGee. All right, so here's my parlay. Kyle Dawkins, money line. Cody Stamann can go in there, but I don't like his finish type, and he's minus 575. So if you leave him out, no big deal. So we're going Kyle Dawkins. Jeremiah Wells, if you want to take him by knockout, fine. If you don't, take a money line. He's plus money right now. Jasmine Judavicius, which is Bills.
Oh, we were so close. We were so close to the locks.
Kevin
All right, hey, go back. You started. You backed off with Judavicius.
Right after Jazz.
How about now?
Yeah,
talk after Jazz.
Okay, Yanez, then Holland, Cerrone and Lozon under the distance, and Calvin Cutter.
That's a great parlay.
Yeah, I'll do it one more time if you want it.
No, last time we said it was a great parlay, we lost like $500. Okay,
hey, hang on
let's just deal with it.
I got
horrible parlay. That parlay is shit.
Fucking parlay sucks.
we didn't even have a chance. Like after the bell of first ring, like damn.
I'll do the parlay and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
But anyways, yeah. So Joe, are you done?
That's it, brother.
All right. Hey, so there you have it, fight fans. Like I said, we took one on the chops last Saturday, and that's fine. It happens.
We were due.
That's why we tell you.
Which means Bill was 4 for 6 and I was 5 for 6. So that's taking one in the chops for us.
So again, it's been a while since I told you guys how to bet on UFC and how I do it, which is why I usually make more money than these guys. Is I bet their locks. I put $25 on their locks, right? And then I bet their parlays. And I don't put more money on the parlays than I do on the locks because you might only win $7 on a $20 bet on a certain lock, but you still win $7. And if you bet a $7 8-fight parlay that pays you $400, right? You just made even money. So bet the locks, then bet the parlays. All right, but put more money on the locks that they say. Just do it. All right, they're gold with this stuff. All right, so big day tomorrow. Kyle has finished the Warrior ride. He has finished it here in San Diego, right? And he is going to touch the Pacific Ocean tomorrow at about 11 o'clock. Our time, so 11 o'clock Pacific time. And that would be, what is that, 2 o'clock, 1400 East Coast time. So he's going to touch the Pacific, and Buddy and I will be going live at 10:30 in the morning West Coast time, Pacific time. All right, so make sure you come out and check out the Fifth Principle Petroleum. We're going to talk about some of the stuff we've seen traveling across the country over the last month, so it's going to be pretty funny. And then the big show after that, 1700 Eastern time, we got this guy named Norman Houghton coming on the show. Norman Houghton started a bourbon and cigar company. Norman Houghton was played by an actor in a movie called Black Hawk Down. Oh, right. So, yeah. So we got Hoot coming on. So you definitely don't want to miss this conversation between warriors. And I'm just gonna go off and say that one of these warriors is a little bit more warrior than the rest of us. And so we're gonna chat with that. And
I didn't know I was coming on tomorrow, Nick, but I guess I can make an appearance.
I mean, you might have helped him out from back.
Well,
in the rear,
we penciled you in.
But hey, Bill, I just got to say this. I got to say this outright. There was Marines in Somalia, so you probably were terrified. Just going based off of what your artillery brother said. So it's all I can say right now. It's the only info I have. All right, like I mean, I wish.
You're their father, Bill. You have to answer for your children.
Yes, you have to answer for your children's actions. Okay, so your child is terrified of the Marines. Anyways, check us out 1700 Eastern time, and then there's also a code. I think it's VTT15 at HoughtonandYoung.com, and you get a discount on their bourbon and the cigars during the show. So when they come on, it's gonna be blast. We're gonna drink their bourbon, whiskey. We're gonna smoke the Ma Deuce cigars. The Ma Deuce. How do you not smoke a cigar called the Ma Deuce? So
saving mine for the
show. Argument.
Yeah, we're gonna smoke that because I've smoked a few people with the Ma Deuce, so it's gonna be a good time. Anyways,
shit.
Yeah, okay. Well, I had a time waiting for the artillery guy shooting the wrong direction. But that was actually
hey, Tanner Port was your FO, not me.
Actually, wasn't. Actually, Tanner got demoted to the B team.
There goes the artillery there. So, we better get to shooting. There's the artillery. It's going the wrong way.
Pat Broadhead actually put him on the B team for that deployment because he wasn't good enough. That's right, Tanner. I said it. You come find me. All right. Anyways, that's all we got for tonight, guys. I'm gonna go enjoy it. Hey, VTT. A lot of us are here. Joe was there for the first half of the thing. Bill's doing his Sergeant Major thing, so he couldn't make a lot of the events. But hey, let's celebrate Kyle and his accomplishments tomorrow. We're going to do that and everything he did riding a bike 3,700 miles. And let's talk to Hoot. All right.
Absolutely, buddy.
Let's talk about his safety. We're not going to talk about that really at all. We're just going to drink his whiskey and make fun of him because how many times do you get to make fun of a Delta Force operator who's killed 6,000 people?
I'm going to do quotes from the movie until he asks me to stop.
Yeah, or until he just all of a sudden shows up and behind me. And then he's
yeah. If Eric Bana is sitting there when he comes on screen, I'm gonna pass out from excitement.
Yeah.
You're just gonna see me go ding off the table. All right, let's do it.
Make sure you bet. We'll see you guys tomorrow. What's up, sports fans? Are you looking for a job? Do you want to change in careers? Do you want to own your own business? I got the answer for you. This show is brought to you by FleetTex. FleetTex is partnering with veterans with mechanical or electronic experience. FleetTex specializes in on-site deployment of GPS tracking equipment and cameras for fleet vehicles across our nation. Check out what they do at www.fleettex.com. Apply today. Currently targeting veterans living in Michigan, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Tennessee. Local work and travel opportunities may be available in other areas. FleetTex proudly supports our military, its service members, our veterans, and their families. Enjoy the show.